Oh, hello there. Good morning. I'm about to drop a check off. I'm not going to show you what the contract says, but we got another property downtown under contract. The location is a secret. Time to go drop off this deposit check. Every space is an opportunity to stretch. You gotta stretch before you drop off checks. All right. Allan's stretching routine because I have a bad back and I sit for way too long. You gotta loosen up these hamstrings, all to get your back to loosen up. All right. So you start like this. Then what you want to do, you want to stretch this stuff out. So you do this. And you want to stretch this a lot. You go like this. Then you want to stretch your groin out. So you turn like this. You turn like this. One like that. This leg, hamstring. Ooh, that's tight. You rotate it like this. You stretch the groin out. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Then give it an old pop rosy. Oh. Ta-da. Right now, Dan and we're going to look at a food truck. Now, we may never do a food truck, but I, as an entrepreneur, have lots of ideas, and I'm going to explore and research each one I have so I can validate or get rid of the idea. We may never have a food truck, but I'm going to see how food trucks work. I'm going to learn about them, explore it. We may never do it, but I think it's worth checking out an idea and validating it before you just jump headfirst into it. People often assume that I just jump headfirst into these crazy ideas. I assure you I do not. I put lots of time into researching businesses and projects and how things work and exploring things that I end up never even doing, but I think it's time well spent. Eyes on the road. I grew up in the 1980s and the 90s, and so I know this building, which sits in the middle of our downtown at Harrison and 4th Street, as the Visual Arts Center. But this building has previous stories. It was built as our city hall, later became a fire station, and the building has a lot of history. It's a beautiful building. I sort of want to help tell those stories, and I noticed that the back part of this building was once a police station. And so I started combing through our archives, finding old photos of that building, and realized the lettering of City Police Station is actually still on the building. We've just painted over it. I got in touch with Jason Kretzer, who runs the building as an art center now for a local nonprofit. And I got in touch with Bob Hurst of the Historical Society and said, can we get these letters put back on the building? And frankly, I'll pay for it. It's like $25 in paint. What makes downtown special are the stories and the buildings, and we have to keep those alive. I am in the middle of a bunch of different projects, a bunch of big real estate contracts, big for me. They may be small for other people, but they're big for me. These little buildings we bought are a large portion of my savings, our savings, and it's scary. I have these moments as an entrepreneur. Most of the moments, 95% of the moments, I am optimistic and I am excited and I am go, go, go. And then sometimes I have these moments where I think, oh, you don't know what you're doing. You've never done this before, and you're going to screw everything up, and everyone's going to know how dumb you are. And I think you get those as a parent too sometimes, where you feel like you're going to screw everything up, and everyone else knows what they're doing, but you don't. I think as a good parent and entrepreneur, you take a moment and you listen to those thoughts and you reason with them. Maybe you validate them through research. But you push forward. You don't let that stop you. You may change your plan. You may go research and learn something new, but you certainly don't let those thoughts stop you, tear you down. Your brain, a lot of times, is not giving you the right advice, and you should not listen to it. A lot of times your brain is trying to tear you down. One of my favorite books is by Seth Godin, and it's called Lynchpin, and it talks about your lizard brain. And so if you have these thoughts of imposter syndrome and failure, read the book Lynchpin by Seth Godin, or The Art of War, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. That's another good book which talks about the lizard brain. I toured several downtown buildings this week. These are not listed on the market for sale because they're a little bit of a mess. To be successful in real estate, you need to be able to look past what the building currently looks like and see what it can become. Most of what I worked on this week, I can't even show you. It was meetings, it was phone calls about potential projects and buildings, and I can't show you all that secret stuff. So much of what I do now is completely new to me. And so into the fear we go, on to next week.